Hello, we are from the Einstein group, which consists of myself, Sofina, Shakira, Choi, and Shazwani. In this video, we will be analyzing the Johnson turnaround case from the ICS case study number 3. In this video, we will first provide a brief introduction on the company and their current situation. We will then analyze each of the 4 functional units of the company and determine the cause of their problems. After careful consideration, we will suggest initiatives that we believe will be most appropriate for each of the functional units in order to achieve the company's goals. Finally, we will summarize the entire case study in the conclusion section. So, for the first part, the Johnson turnaround case involves the Johnson Private Limited Company, which is a public non-listed subsidiary of a fast-moving consumer goods group of companies that is based in the southern part of the Indian region. The company's nature of business involves manufacturing and distributing consumer products such as frozen chicken, noodles, pastries, bread products, yeast, fats, and other commodities such as oil. Johnson's cost structure is divided into 4 main functional units, which are the sales and marketing, the finance and accounting, the production and services, and the human resources management. Johnson Private Limited has recently appointed a new CEO, Azmi, who was tasked by the chairman to plan and execute an appropriate turnaround strategy to save Johnson from their declining sales and high costs. In the coming slides, we will be analyzing each of the functional units and identifying their weak points and eventually forming calculated suggestions and initiatives that would move JPL in the direction of their goals.
Greetings, I am Atira Sofina and I will be presenting about the first strategy, which is sales and marketing, and the issues and also recommendations for them. First issue is JPL had to compete based on quality, cost and services among the competitors. The customers preferred high quality products and they were willing to pay extra if they were convinced about the quality, but some of them preferred products with low cost. FMCG companies offered a mix of low cost and value-added high-end products, so JPL had to think of ways how to compete with these companies. The first suggestion is to offer a variant of quality products for the customers. They can improve the quality of the products by making quality as a part of the company culture. When it comes to the quality of products, the whole team must be on the same page. Next is cost. So they need to reduce the cost but still maintain the quality of products. So they should outsource from the low-cost countries, for example, like dual outsourcing from Thailand and China. As for the services, they must ensure the availability of products by regularly perform physical stocks availability checks. The second issue is the excessive spending in advertisement to make their non-durable goods attractive to the customers. We recommend JPL to use suitable tools of marketing by doing promotion campaign through social media platforms. For example, they can use Twitter to promote their campaigns, and they can come up with an idea by conducting a giveaway to promote their products such as noodles and pastries. The second suggestion is for JPL to implement market penetration and market development strategies to increase their brand awareness of their products. The company can hire celebrities or even influencers to be the ambassadors of their products. They can also promote their products in a new location in the Asia Pacific region to expand in a new market. We also recommend JPL to use SWOT analysis for the company. As for the strength, JPL owned a chain of restaurants and 45 retailing outlets and even had 30% of market share in the Asia Pacific region. As for the weakness, they mismanage the inventories and account receivables that leads to more problems in their company. When Hong Kong group of companies took over JPL, it increased their international market share and this gave an opportunity for them. However, as for the threat, they will face more competition in the industry since there is a low entry barrier in the consumer goods industry. This is why SWOT analysis is important because it helps them to understand the market opportunities and properly plan on their operations. That is all for me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
I'm Choi and I'll be presenting the strategy for finance and accounting department. First, the poor management of receivable caused the wholesale distributor to default in payment. There is a significant of $40 million total provision made for bad debts in the account over a 10-year period. Therefore, the finance and accounting manager need to improve the credit control policy and review the credit limit given to the customer to ensure the customer has the ability to pay back. For instance, they can avoid the bad debts by applying lower credit limit to the customer that always make payment late. Not only that, the account receivable show an average overdue of more than 90 days and the average collection period of account receivable is 227 days. The longer the receivable being uncollectible, the higher risk that it can never be collected. So the staff need to consistently follow up the unpaid invoice by sending a reminder to the customer on the amount due. To encourage a fast payment, the company can provide incentives such as discount to the customer if they pay early. And also they can impose a late payment fee so the customer will pay earlier to avoid the penalties. Second, there is a mismanagement of inventory in the company. The inventory amounting $30 million remains unchanged from the year 2005 to the year 2008. The average inventory holding period is around 4 months, which means that the inventory is moving slow to the customer and it indicates a poor sales of the company. The management should study the current market analysis to make an accurate forecast about the customer needs and demand so they can manufacture the right amount of inventory to avoid overstocking. But for now, the company should faster clear its stock to avoid spoilage and damage. To do so, they can sell their inventory at a cheaper price to encourage customers to buying from them. Lastly, there is an excessive spending in advertisement and promotional costs, which amounted to $5 million in the year 2008, and the expenses had increased 317% in the year 2008 as compared to 2007. However, the excessive spending in advertisement and promotional costs will not help the company to boost sales as the company revenue is still declining from 54 million to 50 million. As a suggestion, the finance and accounting manager should allocate a budget on the advertisement and promotional activity to avoid excessive spending. Also, the cash saving from the advertisement and promotional activities can be used for investment to get interest income, which will eventually increase the company cash flow. Now I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, I'm Shazwani Ajisman. I'll be presenting on the strategy 3, which is the production and services. The first issue under production and services functions are due to the low entry barriers in the fast-moving consumer goods industry. The customer now have multiple options to choose from as it has impacted GPL as their number of sales are declining. On top of that, the existence of new multiple FMCGs company has also affected the production costs as suppliers try to sell raw material at a higher price due to increase in demand. When there are a huge number of participants in one industry selling precisely the same line of products, the only element that could attract customers is the price of the products. However, with the increase in cost of production, GPL could not satisfy these needs. The best solution to tackle this problem is by analyzing and reviewing the material needed for each of the operation line, analyze customer buying patterns so popular product can be prioritized, and to encourage the customer to buy in bulk by including promotional prices with every bulk purchase. These approaches are taken to avoid any material waste that could bring losses to the company. At the same time, the production cost can be minimized. Johnson Private Limited has 45 retail stores, but few of these stores has persistently incurring losses due to the non-strategic store location. The best solution for this problem is by performing market analysis on the current location for each of the retail stores. The analysis should be conducted to examine the presence of competition and the frequency of the targeted customer visiting the place. Through this analysis, the reason on why these outlets are incurring loss can be understood, and at the same time, the management are able to figure out which store they should close to minimize losses. Upon closing these stores, GPS should explore a new strategic location that could give them better profits. The new store that should start on a small scale to minimize losses. The company should avoid conducting the business using the big bang approach in order to prevent any mass losses that could bring the company's existence at stake. The advertisement campaign that the company conduct has failed to attract customers in buying GPL products after they have invested highly in the promotional and advertising expenses to meet the level of their competitors. Mediums such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have proven to be the platform that can aid the company to reach out to their targeted customer that may bring them more future customers. Using social media as a medium to advertise the company product has a major advantage to the company because these platforms have relatively low cost since the majority of social media sites are free access. It was the most suitable approach that the company should perform as it involves little to no cash investment. Nevertheless, information posted in social media can reach a wide audience and enable the company to receive feedback. From this feedback, the company can plan on any improvement that should be done if necessary in improving the products and services for the customer.
I am Nurse Kira and I will be presenting about the human resource management and governance for the company. The first issue under the human resource management and governance is that they are overstaffed with high number of expatriates. They had an average of 1,000 employees including 80 general and administration staff, in which causes the company to implement the cost reduction program. The cost reduction program includes 5% to 30% of senior management pay cut and the trimming of the first layer of unproductive management staff, causing many expatriates to leave. The first initiative to be taken for this issue is to establish a performance management and reward system. As the company identifies, measure, and develop the performance of the employees, they can improve the employees' motivation by giving out rewards. These rewards can be in the form of monetary, non-monetary, employee assistance programs, and also employee recognition programs. With the existence of these rewards, the employees will work harder in achieving the company goals as they have something to gain from it other than their normal salaries and wages. The second initiative to be taken is to give the employees training and development programs. There are a lot of trainings that can be implemented in the company. However, beware that not all trainings are beneficial. Therefore, the company must first identify the training needs before using them. The development program should also be given to the employees in the early days of recruitment to ensure that the employees are able to achieve their success that can not only be beneficial to their own self but also help meet the company goals. The third initiative for the first issue is to have the job rotation program. Job rotation program can help keep the interest of the employees as it will always be exciting and challenging for them to do a new job scope. Therefore, the company will be able to reduce their turnover cost as well as increase their employee retention. And lastly, the last initiative for the first issue is that the company should develop a key performance indicator. This can help the company keep track of the employees' performance and determine the productivity and contribution given by the employees towards the company. With this, the company can decide on whether it is better to keep a certain employee or lay them off. The second issue under the human resource management and governance is the inadequate qualified members of board of directors of Johnson Private Limited. When Azmi joined the company, they had only 6 members on board, in which only 2 of them are independent directors. Not only that, they also recruit the members by offering the membership to full-time retired executives of the company itself. This shows that the company has a poor corporate governance as well as low level of board independence. The initiative to be taken for this issue is to restructure the board of directors. There are 5 points to be considered in the restructuring process, which are the size of the board, the degree of independence, committees, member other commitments and time constraints, and also related transactions. All of these are important to be considered to ensure that the board of directors are free from any managerial opportunism to ensure the company's growth can be well developed.
In conclusion, it is evident that with Johnson Private Limited, Azmi, as well as the directors of each functional unit, needs to fully understand the underlying causes to their problems in order for them to have a common understanding of what their strategy should aim to solve. However, simply implementing correctional measures without any further testing and monitoring will do no good, as it is equally as important that they track the progress of each aspect of the company to observe how the implemented strategies affect the company's progress. From the observation, they should aim to constantly tweak and adjust underperforming strategies and also aim to be more tenacious with the strategies that generate positive results. This not only filters out ineffective strategies, but also ensures that strategies are up to date with the ever-changing nature of the FMCG industry. With that, thank you for watching and have a good day.